Namaste. Today we are going to discuss about the new chapter arithmetic progressions. This is a very important chapter in the exam point of view as well as the variety of applications in our day-to-day life. In this chapter we will be discussing what is an arithmetic progression, nth term or general term of an arithmetic progression, sum of first n terms of an arithmetic progressions and some word problems. So let's start. You must have observed that in nature many things follow a certain pattern, such as the petals of a sunflower, the holes of a honeycomb, the grains on a maize cob, the spirals on a pineapple, and on a pine cone, etc. And today, in this presentation, we are going to discuss about arithmetic progressions. Let's start. So let me explain this concept with the help of few examples. Consider the following list of numbers: 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. 100, 70, 40, 10, etc. -3, -2, -1, 0, etc. 3, 3, 3, 3, etc. -1.0, -1.5, -2.0, -2.5, etc. Here each of the numbers in the list is called a term. That means 100 is a term, 70 is a term, -2 is a term, 3 is a term, -2.0 is a term. So each and every number in the list is called what? Term. Term of the sequence. Term. Okay. So the first example here is 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. And we all know that these list of numbers are called what? Natural numbers. The numbers used for counting, that is called what? Natural numbers. And each number is obtained by adding 1 to the preceding number. That means 1 plus 1 gives 2, 2 plus 1 gives 3, and 3 plus 1 gives 4, 4 plus 1 gives 5, and so on. So we can say that each term is obtained by adding the number 1 to the preceding term, except the first term. Okay. So here each term is obtained by adding the number 1 to the preceding term except the first term, because the first term cannot have any previous term. That is why we say like this. And in the second one, 100, 70, 40, 10 and so on. What do you observe? 70 is 30 less than 100. Okay. And 40 is 30 less than 70. And 10 is 30 less than 40. That is 100 minus 30 gives 70. 70 minus 30 gives 40. 40 minus 30 gives 10 and so on. Okay. So here we can say that each term is obtained by subtracting 30 from the preceding term. Subtracting 30 from the preceding term. So it can be stated in another way. 100 minus 30 can be written as 100 plus minus 30. 100 plus minus 30, which also gives 70. And this one 70 plus minus 30, which is equal to 40, and 40 plus minus 30 which gives 10. So here every term is obtained by adding minus 30 to the preceding term except the first term. Okay, now move to this third one. Minus 3, minus 2, minus 1, 0, etc. And clearly minus 3 plus 1, minus 3 plus 1 gives what? Minus 2. Then minus 2 plus 1 gives minus 1, and minus 1 plus 1 gives 0, and so on. That means each term is obtained by adding 1 to the previous term except the first term. Okay, and the fourth one, 3, 3, 3, 3, etc. What do you observe? Here each and every term is 3. That means all the terms are alike, same or fixed. So we can say that no number is added to each term. There is no number is added to each term, or in other words we can say that 0 is added to each term. That is 3 plus 0 which gives 3. Again 3 plus 0 which gives 3. 3 plus 0 which gives 3, and so on. So 0 is added to each and every term except the first term. Understood? Then the fifth one is minus 1.0, minus 1.5, minus 2.0, minus 2.5, and so on. Here we can observe that minus 1.0 plus minus 0.5 which gives minus 1.5. The first term minus 1.0 plus minus 0.5, we will get what? Minus 1.5. Again the second term is minus 1.5, then plus minus 0.5 which gives minus 2.0. Minus 2.0 plus minus 0.5, we get minus 2.5, and so on. So here we conclude that the number minus 0.5 is added to the preceding term except the first term. In order to get the list of numbers, we add minus 0.5 to the preceding term except the first term. In all the list above, we see that the successive terms is obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding terms. Such list of numbers is said to be arithmetic progression, or simply we can write AP. The short form of arithmetic progression is what? AP. Okay. So we can define arithmetic progression like this. An arithmetic progression is a list of numbers obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. I repeat, an arithmetic progression is a list of numbers obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term except the first term. This fixed number is called the common difference of the AP. Common difference. The fixed number is called what? Common difference of the AP, and it is denoted by the letter small letter d. Remember that it can be, that means the common difference can be positive, negative, or 0. In the first and third example, the common difference is 1. First example it's 1, and third example also the common difference is 1. That means it is positive. And in the second and fifth example, the common difference is negative. Here the common difference is minus 30, and in the last one the common difference is minus 0.5. That means negative. And in the fourth one the common difference is what? 0. So it can be 0 also. So one thing you have to remember is The common difference D can be positive, negative or 0. Okay. So this is a basic introduction about the topic arithmetic progression. Understood? Okay. So the next is general form of an arithmetic progression. General form of an AP. So let first term of an AP be A1, second term A2, third term A3, etc. Nth term let it be An, and the common difference is D. Then the AP becomes A1, A2, A3, etc. An. A1, A2, A3, etc. An. Now A2 minus A1, which is equal to A3 minus A2. A3 minus A2 is equal to etc. equal to An minus the preceding term is An minus 1. The position is only less than this term. Here it is An, so the previous term is An minus 1. So A2 minus A1 is equal to A3 minus A2 is equal to etc. is equal to An minus 1, and we can denote it by D, the common difference. The difference is common. If we subtract any term from its succeeding term, we get the same number. That is what is called the common difference. That is A2 minus A1, A3 minus A2, A4 minus A3, An minus 1. Okay. Now if the first term A1 is A, then A2 is equal to A plus D. First term plus D is the common difference. As we know, an arithmetic progression is a list of numbers obtained by adding a fixed number to the preceding term. So in order to get the second term, we have to add common difference to the first term, that is A plus D. And A3 is equal to second term plus, that is A2 plus D. Here A2 is A plus D, so A plus D plus D, that is A plus 2D. So the third term is A plus 2D. And the fourth term is third term plus D, that is A3 plus D, and A3 here is A plus 2D, so A plus 2D plus D, which is equal to A plus 3D, and so on. You can see that A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, etc. is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, etc. represents an arithmetic progression. Represents an AP with the first term A as the first term, and common difference D as the common difference. This form is known as the general form of an AP. So the general form of an AP is A plus D, A plus 2D, A plus 3D, etc. Is that clear? Okay. Here we have two more definitions. Finite AP and infinite AP. Finite AP and infinite AP. Let us consider some examples of AP. 2, 4, 6, 8, 5, 10, 15, 20, 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. Clearly, all the examples listed above forms an AP. And now observe the first two examples. 2, 4, 6, 8. Even natural numbers less than 10. 2, 4, 6, 8 is the set of even natural numbers less than 10. And 5, 10, 15, 20. First 4 multiples of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20 are the first 4 multiples of 5. So in these two examples, the number of terms in the sequence is countable, finite. That means there are a definite number of elements or terms. These types of APs are called finite AP. That means if an AP contains a finite or countable number of elements, then their APs are called finite AP. Clear? Now look at the last two examples. 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. 3, 6, 9, 12, etc. That means the multiples of 3. And 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. The set of odd natural numbers. The set of odd natural numbers. If you observe these two examples, you can easily identify that the number of terms in the sequence is infinite. 3, 6, 9, 12 and so on. It goes on. The sequence doesn't have an end. So these types of sequence are called infinite sequence. Once again, if an AP contains infinite number of elements, uncountable number of elements, then that APs are called infinite AP. I repeat, an AP which consists of finite number of elements is called finite AP, and an AP which consists of infinite number of elements is called infinite AP. Is that clear? Okay. Now we can start exercise 5.1. The first question is, in which of the following situations does the list of numbers involved make an arithmetic progression and why? First sub-question, the taxi fare after each kilometer when the fare is rupees 15 for the first kilometer and rupees 8 for each additional kilometer. So we have to find whether the given situation is an AP or not. So here the taxi fare for the first kilometer is given as rupees 15. Let it be A1, the first term, A1. The taxi fare for each additional kilometers is equal to rupees 8. So the taxi fare after 2 kilometers. So the taxi fare after 2 kilometers is equal to that 15 plus 8, which is equal to 23. Let it be A2, the second term of this sequence. Then the taxi fare after 3 kilometers will be equal to this 23 plus additional charge 8. That is 23 plus 8 is 31, let it be A3 and so on. So the list of numbers you obtained are 15, 23, 31, etc. So A2 minus A1 is equal to 23 minus 15, which is equal to 8, and A3 minus A2, which is equal to 31 minus 23, which is also equal to 8. That means the difference is common. Therefore, the list of numbers forms an AP with the first term 15 and common difference 8. Therefore, the list of numbers forms an AP with the first term 15 and common difference 8. That means the given situation is an AP. Understood? And the second sub question is the amount of air present in a cylinder when a vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. By using a vacuum pump, they remove 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder at a time. So, here also we want to check whether the given situation is an AP or not. Let the amount of air present in the cylinder be V. That means it's not the volume V. Let it be the first term A1. That means at present the amount of air present in the cylinder is V, capital V. Now using a vacuum pump, we have to remove 1/4 of the air. Here the volume of air is V and we have to remove 1/4 of V. So amount of air removed by the vacuum pump is equal to 1/4 V. Now we have to find the amount of air remaining in the cylinder. Now the amount of air remaining in the cylinder, which is equal to, first the volume is V, here we remove 1/4 of V. That means the remaining is V minus 1/4 V. V minus 1/4 of V. If we cross multiply, we get 4 into V, 4V minus 1V divided by 4. That is 4V minus 1V is 3V. 3V by 4, and let it be the second term A2. Again the vacuum pump removes 1/4 of the air remaining in the cylinder, and that is 3V by 4. So amount of air removed will be equal to 1/4 of the present volume. At present the volume is 3V by 4. So 1/4 of 3V by 4. 1/4 into 3V by 4. That is 3V divided by 16. That means the vacuum pump now removes 3V by 16. 3V divided by 16. So the amount of air remaining is equal to, before the removal the amount of air is 3V by 4. So 3V by 4 minus, and we remove 3V divided by 16. That means 3V by 4 minus 3V divided by 16. Here the LCM is 16. So you have to multiply with the LCM 16. 16 into 3V by 4. That means 12V minus, here 16 and 16 cancel, that is 3V, which is equal to 9V divided by 16, and let it be A3. That means the third term of the sequence, and so on. So the list of numbers obtained are V 3V by 4, 9V divided by 16, and so on. Now we have to check, is it an AP or not? So for that we can find A2 minus A1, which is equal to 3V by 4 minus V, which is equal to, we can cross multiply 3V minus this 4V divided by 4, which is equal to minus V divided by 4. 3V minus 4V is minus 1V, that is minus V divided by 4. And A3 minus A2, which is equal to, A3 is 9, the third term, 9V by 16 minus A2, second term, 3V divided by 4. That is, here the LCM is 16. So 9V minus 4 into 3, 12V, which is equal to 9V minus 12V. 9V minus 12V is minus 3V divided by 16. And clearly these are not equal, unequal. Minus V by 4, A2 minus A1 is minus V by 4, and A3 minus A2 is minus 3V divided by 16. That means the list of numbers obtained does not form an arithmetic progression. Therefore, the list of numbers doesn't form an arithmetic progression, as A2 minus A1 is not equal to A3 minus A2. Is it clear? Okay. Now there are two more sub questions under this first question, that is sub question 3 and 4, that you have to complete. It's left for you. Okay. Now we move to question number 2. The question is, write first 4 terms of the AP when the first term A and the common difference D are given as follows. Here in each question, the first term A and the common difference D are given. We have to write the first 4 terms. It's a very simple question. For the first sub question, A is equal to 10 and D is also is equal to 10. First term A1, clearly it is A, which is equal to what? 10. And the second term A2, second term is got by adding D, common difference, to the first term, that is 10 plus 10, first term plus common difference, which is equal to 20. And A3 we know, second term plus common difference, second term is 20 and 20 plus common difference 10, which is equal to 30. And the fourth term A4, third term plus common difference. Now the third term is 30, So 30 plus common difference 10, which is equal to 40. Okay, therefore the first four terms are 10, 20, 30 and 40. Is that clear? Then the second one is A is equal to minus 2 and D is equal to 0. A is equal to minus 2 and D is equal to 0. Here also we follow the same procedure. First term A1 is equal to A, which is equal to minus 2, and the second term A2. A2 is equal to A plus D, that is minus 2 plus first term plus common difference, which is equal to minus 2 since common difference is 0. And A3 minus 2 plus 0, again minus 2. A4 minus 2 plus 0, it's also minus 2. Since the common difference is 0, all the terms are same. Therefore, the four terms are minus 2, minus 2, minus 2 and minus 2. Have you understood? So, question number 3, 4 and 5 that you can do. Okay. Now we can discuss the third question. The question is, for the following APs, write the first term and the common difference. So here some APs are given. We have to write the first term and the common difference. Four sub questions are given. For the first one, the first term is given as 3 and it is denoted by the letter A, small letter A. So A is equal to 3. And we know common difference D is given by A2 minus A1. So here A2 is 1, A2 means the second term. A2 minus A1 is the first term, 3. 1 minus 3, which is equal to minus 2. Once again, we have to write the first term and common difference. A very simple question. So first term here is 3 and common difference D is given by A2 minus A1. We already learned the formula. D is equal to A2 minus A1. So the second term is 1 and the first term is 3. So 1 minus 3, which is equal to what? Minus 2. Now the second one is first term A. Here A is minus 5. So A is equal to minus 5 and D, common difference, we use the same formula A2 minus A1, which will be equal to the second term A2 here is minus 1. So minus 1 minus A1. A1 is again minus. So you can put a bracket minus 5, which will be equal to minus 1 minus of minus. What is minus into minus? It becomes plus. So minus 1 plus 5, which is equal to 4 plus 4. So A is equal to minus 5 and D is equal to what? 4. Okay. Clear? So these two questions left for you. You have to do it. Sub question 3 and sub question 4. Okay. So that's all for today. Hope you understood the concept. If you have any queries, you can ask me in the comment section. Thanks for watching. Have a good day. Namaste.